What's up, everyone? It's America Plus. My name's Como Comic. I'm your host. It's another week, another episode. What's going on, people? Happy to be here. Hello. It is March 5th. It's the first Sunday of March. We're moving closer to spring. And we're feeling good, folks. Welcome to America Plus. I'm having a great day, great week. Today is going to be lit. Today is going to be, I hope I inscribe immense information within you today because we're going heavy today. We're going deep. We are going full throttle into Ordinals, okay? We are bringing the truth. We are bringing the narratives. We are bringing perspectives, and we're bringing innovation and art, and we're combining art with Bitcoin. That's the future. That's what we're doing, folks. First off, just want to start off with a laugh. Chris Rock was in the news today, or this week.
Slow down. What the fuck? We all been cheated on. Everybody in here have been cheated on. None of us have ever been interviewed by the person that cheated on us on television. None of us. It's like, hey, I was sucking somebody else's dick. How did that make you feel? Why the fuck would you do that shit? She hurt him way more than he hurt me, okay? Oh.
Got him. Got him. Chris Rock got him, dude. That's hilarious. Dude, Chris Rock had this live special. It was wild. He had this live special this weekend, and he just totally dismantled Will Smith, called him a bitch, and it was hilarious. So kudos to Chris Rock. He held in the response until his Netflix special. Legend. That's a power move, dude. That's a power move. Oh, you're going to slap me on live television while I'm hosting the Oscars? Okay. I'll call you a bitch for my next special. And that'll be like the centerpiece. How does that sound, Will? Wild. Incredible. Very good day. Very good weekend on the internet. This week on America Plus, we bring incredible news.
So Ordinals are a convention, essentially.
Ordinals are a convention, people. We have NFTs on Bitcoin, okay? That's what I want you to pay attention to today. We are creating NFTs on the Bitcoin blockchain, okay? We are inscribing information into the data.
For numbering individual Bitcoin Satoshis, and so they have a unique individual identity, every single Satoshi, and tracking them across transactions as they are spent. It doesn't require any changes to Bitcoin. It doesn't actually take up any data on the base layer, and it is purely an opt-in convention. It doesn't really affect Bitcoin fungibility, which is often a question that I get asked. It's just a convention for people who want to participate in it, like a lens that you can choose to see the same data that everybody else is seeing, but with this additional Satoshi identifiers and tracking.
It's a lens that you view Bitcoin through, my people. This has been one of the most interesting developments of 2023. It's only happened within the last month. This brand new thing, this Inscription NFT on Bitcoin thing. Who you just listened to was the creator of the Ordinal protocol. This guy's name is Casey Rodomir, and he's been working on this thing for over a year. And I've done a big download on everything Ordinals. So I'm going to do my best to bring you, tell you what it is in the best America Plus way. Because what I really want, the America Plus way, is to describe something technical in an inspiring way, okay? So here we go. An Ordinal is a real way to have a artifact digitally. It's a digital artifact on something that has a max supply, on something that is already rare. You can create more rarity within the rare pool. Okay. Listening to all these podcasts, listening to all the discussion, listening to the Twitter Spaces, reading the tweets, seeing people for it, seeing people against it, just seeing people react to it. The last month of February has been fairly interesting. When I first heard about ordinals, I was like sort of interested, but I was like, "What is this?" It sounded like a scam, to be honest with you. It just sounded like a scam. And I just don't want to involve myself with any more scams, you know? Like I feel like I've done enough of that in the last 2 or 3 years. Uh Enough scams already, all right? So I've just been like hesitant, but this thing kept just popping up. This word kept popping up. And people, like legit people that I follow on Bitcoin Twitter, started like talking about it more. And I was like, okay, well, if they're, I mean, it must not be like a scam if they're really talking about it. And then I saw that it was a protocol, and then I saw that it was open source. And like, then I just like downloaded everything, and I was like, wow, shit, I think ordinals might be like legit. And this past week, there was a research paper that was released on this research group is called Galaxy. Galaxy.com is where I'm at right now. And they do a whole breakdown on ordinals, the technology, the history of NFTs on Bitcoin. That's linked down in the show notes. And I'm just going to bring out a few highlights of this. I'll read a few bullet points. Pretty much, this is the best example of combining art and Bitcoin. This is bringing just more how should I say it? More creativity to the blockchain. More creativity to the blockchain, people. Come on now. Key takeaways. Bitcoin inscriptions will be a large market. So all this is coming from the research paper. These people looked at the ordinal thing. They looked at the marketplace. They did a whole price breakdown. So here we go. Bitcoin inscriptions will be a large market. Our base case for the market size of Bitcoin NFTs built on inscriptions and ordinals is $4.5 billion by 2025. Inscriptions significantly expand the design space for Bitcoin. The addition of sizable data storage and strong availability assurance opens up a variety of use cases, many of which are only beginning to be explored, including things like new types of decentralized software or Bitcoin scaling techniques. Even the NFT use case alone, although has the potential to dramatically widen the scope of Bitcoin's cultural impact. New use cases will drive growing interest and adoption for Bitcoin. Ordinals are a new use case. And if you heard in that first clip, Casey said that it is a concept, it is a convention, it's something to be chosen to be used and looked through, which I think is that's a very like quasi religious like thing almost, because like you're told that about the Bible, you're told that about religious texts. There's different lenses to look through. That's why there's a fundamentalist lens and a Protestant lens and a whatever lens, a Presbyterian, whatever, you know, like whatever section of religion, you know, that there's always lenses of that holy book. And we're just developing more lenses around technology, which is just, it's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. Cultural impact. New use cases. The growth of inscriptions, whether as an NFT market or something more, will enhance the likelihood of additional Bitcoin adoption. So if there's more avenues to jump into Bitcoin, that means that it's going to be adopted faster. Inscriptions can be large. Even without this thing called ordinal theory. The presence of significant blob space data availability on blockchain on Bitcoin can find significant uses even without relying on a second layer methodology for individually labeling units of Bitcoin. Concerns about negative effects on Bitcoin's fungibility are overblown. So this is this research paper saying this. Even the 500 million inscriptions tied to the ordinals. Sorry. I just lost my spot for a second. They reference Even the 500 million inscriptions tied to ordinals would only see 0.2% of Bitcoin's terminal supply become non-fungible. So that's reference to a equation that they did, sort of just like this forward projecting lookout of um, how many ordinals, how many Bitcoin NFTs would have to exist to create an impact on Bitcoin's fungibility, meaning how many non-fungible uh, Bitcoins, pretty much Satoshis, will exist. Like, I think they did like 200 years out. You can do that math, okay? They projected like 200 years out, and they said that there's going to be like 500 million inscriptions. And that means that 0.2% of Bitcoin's supply will be non-fungible. And some people are saying that that's a bad thing. People are saying that like not being able to transact equal Bitcoin with another Bitcoin and equal like sat for sat, that like as if that's not good. But in my opinion, I think this is one of the most incredible developments to happen within Bitcoin, because when NFTs were blowing up on Ethereum, like I loved it. I was into it. But I saw the unstableness, and I saw how you could just create unlimited tokens, and I saw how the potential for scams just comes up even more. And immediately my observation for ordinals is it's literally a sat. It's just more information on a sat. And depending on how individuals and companies use their sats, this is a new avenue where they can develop a cultural layer, a deeper layer, you know? Like if brands and like if companies are going to try to like inject themselves into like food and movies and like whatever, you know? Companies will involve themselves with NFTs, and those NFTs will give them availability for certain things, whether it be discounts or access or anything like that. But there's a chance that that's not like a very stable unit of transacting. What's more stable is Bitcoin. What's more stable is a Satoshi, because that's like a real asset. This research paper even goes on to say that like it is more likely that more like institutional investors will be more willing to hold a digital asset that is inscribed on a Satoshi, because it's not some just like made up token. It is the asset, you know? It is the asset. This thing goes on. Inscriptions can put a floor on block space demand, benefiting Bitcoin's security and fee market. Miners will see increased fee revenue from inscriptions, thereby helping to shift miner revenue from block subsidy and transaction fees. That's a thing. That's a wild thing that I had no idea about. Like I had very, very, very little information on like how mining worked, how miners get paid. And my understanding of this bullet point is, as time moves on, the Bitcoin halving every 4 years, the reward for a Bitcoin block in the blockchain gets cut in half, right? As that moves forward and gets less and less, miners will seek to have more Bitcoin coming in from fees than they would of blocks, right? So having inscriptions is going to help that fee market. More avenues of trading Bitcoin, of trading Satoshis, will create more fees, because there's always going to be transaction fees, because it's the miners that are sustaining the network. It's the miners and the nodes, of course. So that just made sense to me. A strong like fee network, okay? Like that's how people are going to get paid, and that's how infrastructure will be sustained, and that's how security will be built through those fees. And then the last introductory bullet point is significant market infrastructure to support Bitcoin NFTs will be developed by Q2 2023, just like in the next few months. In just 2 months, wallets have already begun to offer the necessary support to improve our user experience and marketplaces. So even in like super quickly within the last like 2 months, we have some wallets, we have some marketplaces, and let me go to that list right now. I've been messing around with some of this stuff, so I retweeted all of this. It's on my Twitter. It's also in the research paper. Just images of like what this small ecosystem is right now. You have some wallets if you want to experiment with wallets. Some of these are more decentralized, and others are more like they're similar to Ethereum wallets, or they're similar to like an Ethereum like decentralized finance token. I only have like 2 of these right now. And then there's just like data and discovery places that you can go to. I'm interested in having inscriptions as a service personally. So right now, if you wanted to be like fully in it, if you wanted to do like your own inscriptions and be totally in control and decentralized, you need a full node. So that's an incentive for a person to be running a full node. When I scroll down here on this research paper, there's a comparison, the differences between Bitcoin NFT and Ethereum NFT. So the differences is between the two. The token standard is Bitcoin uses Sats, Ethereum uses like their own. It's called ERC 721. Like anyone can create an ERC 721. That's what I'm saying when like Ethereum, like you can just create any token on that thing. So that's not like, that's interesting. That's like a different thing. Smart contracts. Bitcoin, no. Ethereum, yes. The smart contracts, that's the big thing that enforces royalties. And that's the next category. Bitcoin, no, does not enforce royalties. And Ethereum, no, does not enforce royalties. But Ethereum has smart contracts. There's different websites on Ethereum that are utilizing their own smart contracts. So and it's up to that one website to enforce the royalty. So I'm hoping there's some sort of innovation with that. But this research paper goes on to say that the structure of ordinals does not support the existence of royalties, which sort of sucks. But what's the concept of the ordinal? Like, what are you trying to like what are you etching in? Like, what are you inscribing for what purpose? And do royalties even matter? Like from a certain point of view, what is your point of view on that? Should they like? There's been controversy with the NFT websites lowering the availability of royalties. There's also just like this whole bear market with NFTs. Lower prices means like the 5% someone's getting is just lower now, and probably at a less frequent pace, of course. The next category between the differences is the portability. Right now, Bitcoin and NFTs portability is difficult. Wallets don't support individual SAT selection, which is just like you never think about that. Like, oh, like wow, so you're not able to view an individual SAT. I've never thought about that before. I have a Ledger wallet, and I just thought of it like, oh wow, like that's something that they need to update on. My ability to see my individual SAT with a picture on it. The last one is the file size. This is important. How much data can you actually put on the NFT? For Bitcoin, it's 4 megabytes, and for Ethereum, it's 100 megabytes. So clearly, you can do a lot more. That's where you get like the crazy like visuals on Ethereum. But these people's observation of it is because you have less available storage on Bitcoin, and the fees are different. It's going to be you're going to get smaller collections. You're going to get more focused, smaller collections, and these will be possibly more luxury, possibly from bigger brands, possibly from like other communities, yada yada, like just smaller collections. And but people don't like that. Like people don't like the whole Bitcoin community. They hate NFTs. It's shit coining, right? It's just bullshit. It's just like don't even deal with it, please. Like this doesn't even talk about it. I don't want to mess with the fungibility. I don't want to have silly little photos on the blockchain. Why would we want a picture to take up an entire size of a block? Why would we want that at all? Like why? And here are some general for and against arguments for inscriptions and ordinals. The people who are against it, they're generally going to say inscribing arbitrary data into Bitcoin will make the blockchain bigger and harder to download during the initial blockchain download. By increasing the block size with non-monetary data, it also harms fungibility, yada, 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 yada. Bitcoin was meant solely as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system to make financial transactions, not a system for decentralized file storage. And my reaction to that is, well, if it's not decentralized file storage, what is the ledger? Like, what is the ledger? Like, is that not data? Is that not data filed and stored on everyone's node? I don't understand. And then what I just said, inscriptions will introduce altcoin behavior to the conservative Bitcoin community, threatening the core ethos of the project. Oh no, what are we going to do? And the people who love it, right? The people who are for it, this is going to incentivize more people to get involved with Bitcoin and to run full nodes, because I'm telling you right now, like my peak interest is to just like own my own shit and to be decentralized and to be like a decentralized artist. Like there's like an independent artist. I'm trying to be like a decentralized artist. And ordinals just like they're piquing my interest right now, dude. They are piquing my interest. I'm loving it. I am loving it. Inscriptions are allowing Bitcoin to become a financial layer and a cultural layer. Digital collectibles on Bitcoin will be more valuable than those on other chains. And the reason why they're more valuable is because there's less of them, and it's attached to a real thing, which is a Satoshi, to a real thing called Satoshi. Satoshi Nakamoto. Scrolling down here on the research thing, they got the bear, base, and bull case for like the size of the markets. Okay, so here's where I'm thinking like money that I can make. All right, the bear case by March 2025, it's a $1.5 billion market. The base case is 4.5, which is what they like introduced with, and then the bull case by 2025 is that this is a $10 billion market, and it's like all NFTs. It's like generative art, it's AI art, it's like specific one of ones. And you can do, again, like you can do photography, you can do like stupid AI stuff. You could do like whatever image, whatever data that you want to put in this file, like that can be an NFT. Like, what do you want to etch into the blockchain? That sounds romantic, doesn't it? It's like a knife and a tree, and you're with your girlfriend in the woods. You know, it's like that thing, and that thing's still there. Like 20 years later, like it's that thing, but with Bitcoin. Profile picture projects, of course, utility projects, meme projects, other real world assets. $10 billion. I mean, my first instinct is like, oh shit, this is bullish. I'm bullish on this. I think this is going to be $10 billion. I want to make my move. So I've been just jumping around all the different inscriptions as services, all the different just like marketplaces, trying to understand like how to do this, because I want to make sure I do it right. And it's just like difficult right now because it's so small. It's very nascent, as they say in these things. Tomorrow on Monday the 6th, March 6th, Yuga Labs, the people who made Bored Ape Yacht Club, they are doing a huge auction, and they're putting out a smaller collection of 300 300 ordinals. What they're doing is 300 like AI generated art pieces. And they're just like, I think that it's just like an experiment for them because they're just like, I think the founders are just like involved with like I'm sure they're just scrolling around looking for new things to do. I'm sure they might have even been waiting for something to do on Bitcoin because Bitcoin is an incredible asset. All the conversations that I've been absorbing, they all move into the value of the Bitcoin block, the value of the block space. And what Yuga Labs is going to be doing is they're going to be taking up an entire block with their collection. And when you want to do that, you have to make a transaction. You have to make a direct transaction with a miner because it's the miners who are engaging directly with the blockchain. And if you want to control a whole block, you got to go to them. And now this is opening up a new market where you can pay a miner to actually purchase a block to etch into the blockchain like that. Like, what information do you want to put in here now? What type of utility do you want to put in here now? If NFTs are going to supply access and discounts and just like more ability to move digitally, like what can we program into this thing? What are the possibilities that we can really do? You know, because right now it's just like these dick and butt pictures, like just like some bullshit, stupid photos, you know? But what happens when you actually have intent and focus in this space and you actually want to build something? Who are the people that are going to build something? I'm telling you right now, Cole McCormick seems to be a person who wants to do it. Like, I'm feeling really like intrigued by this. I want to put out just like one ordinal. I want to just experiment with it. I have ideas for what I want to do. I've mentioned in the past how I want to do the Sat Slinger, and we'll talk about last week as Sat Slinger. I love last week. This past Sat Slinger was legit. But I've talked about how I want to do the Sat Slinger posters as NFTs, and I was always just like when I mentioned it, it felt dirty because the only way that I could do an NFT was on Ethereum, and I was like, oh, I don't want to like do Ethereum. I don't want to like do Ethereum, dude. I don't want to. And here we are, 2023. I'm praying for more visibility. I'm trying to interact more with Bitcoin, with the Bitcoin community. I'm looking for more ways to open up value for value. And here we have it, NFTs on Bitcoin. And one of the bigger things that I took away while researching is I need to run my own node. I need to. And that was already like a thing that I wanted to accomplish this year. So I need to do that. So I'm putting immense focus moving forward into gathering the right information, gathering the right assets to build this node, because that's what I want to do. I know I can buy like a pre-made one, but I think it's the responsible move to build it your own, to connect it, to download the software. I believe I should be doing that. So I'm doing that. I'm excited about that. I'm nervous. I have zero ability to connect with a computer other than Chrome or Safari. So like I know how to podcast, but can I Bitcoin node? Like this is going to be a new adventure, folks. So I'll document that. That'll be fun. But with like after that, then I can actually develop my like what I actually want to build out, because Sat Slinger, that's not going to end until summer anyway. So I'm in my head right now, I think I have until like July or August to actually produce any sort of Bitcoin NFT. I don't really have to show you anything until July or August, because the last Sat Slinger is definitely going to be in July. That was like, it was the first Sat Slinger in 2022. It's going to be the last one in 23. And it's just going to commemorate this year of podcasting 2.0 and the ability to stream Satoshis to my audience, to my people. And what I'm interested in is having like a historical like thing. Like that's really what I want. A part of the list of certain NFTs within this paper is luxury generative one of ones and historical collectibles. I'm not sure if this is my ego showing, but I firmly believe that the Satslinger episodes and artwork are historical collectibles. They will be. They are. They are historical collectibles. They're hand drawn art pieces centered around a brand new superpower. Like, when have we ever been able to stream money while we listen to something or while we consume anything? Streaming money, like, this is insane. So I'm claiming that Satslinger, the Satslinger NFT, the Satslinger Ordinals. Like, I got to get those domains. I got to get those Twitters. I got to get those. I got to get those like going right now. Because I really believe like this might be like the path or like a path for the year, you know, like this seems dope, right? Does this seem cool to you? Like, what do you think about this? These ordinals, are ordinals interesting to you? Has anything I've said to you piqued your interest of either engaging with it in any way? Just follow anyone on Twitter. Like, just look up ordinals on Twitter and just like click around. I think it's interesting and I think people should get interested in this. The opportunity is culture. The opportunity is entertainment. The opportunity is just to have fun with money that actually matters. And I think that's like what anyone wants, right? Isn't that what anyone wants? I have the final thoughts here from the research paper. And what is it? We got 1, 3, 4. We got 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'll just read through these fast, okay? Final thoughts. Final bullet points. Bitcoin will develop a new cultural layer. Number 2, inscriptions will become home to high-value collections. And then it goes on to say the inscription ecosystem will cater to high-quality art projects and valuable one-of-ones. The traditional landscape of 10 to 100,000 pieces will remain on Ethereum. And then the next bullet point is major existing NFT studios and creators will inscribe. So you can just assume that because it's Bitcoin, bigger people are going to come here. And that itself will bring the volume of money. And if it's involving Bitcoin, that I don't know what's going to happen with the price. Of course, like I'm never going to tell you to buy Bitcoin. I'm just going to tell you to send it to me. But if you just have more use cases to use to use the sats, like that, there is utility in that. There is value in that, clearly. And then venture investors will come in. Oh yeah, one of these is how they won't have any royalties. The lack of smart contracts on Bitcoin make it impossible to enforce royalties or for marketplaces to duel with smart contract blacklists, as we've seen on Ethereum. Moreover, the broader trend in the NFT ecosystem is a race to zero on royalties or complete non-enforcement, and nothing about inscriptions is likely to alter that course, which low-key sucks. So like you sort of got to like rethink like what's the structure of this and like how are you doing that? But maybe there is a way that we can figure out royalties. Like the creator of something should be involved with those transactions, right? Like that was one of the biggest positive things about Ethereum. Inscription's market could see significant secondary volume. Market infrastructure will be developed soon in the next like few months. Bitcoin scaling solutions will become more important. So like the Lightning Network, that's going to become even more important because that is how we send sats in a more efficient way. So now if we can fiddle around with the Lightning Network a bit more or other layer 2s, then we'll be able to send like inscribe sats. Like that just, I feel like that's just like a week away. I feel like I should be able to send an inscribe sat through Fountain, right? Like what if that was a situation? I think that'd be cool. And then last couple ones is widespread inscription usage will be supportive for BTC USD, meaning like just like the use case for why you would want to use like Bitcoin and then exchange it to USD. This thing is important. These two things. I'm of the belief that like the US dollar is important. Like I'm not sure if Bitcoin will replace the dollar, but I do see a more tangible future where like the dollar is more healthy because of Bitcoin, and maybe the dollar can use some of Bitcoin's principles. Maybe that can be like some sort of a silver lining if they ever move to like a digital dollar, just some sort of, I don't know, like just some sort of cap, some sort of burning mechanism. I don't know, dude. But I hope there's a positive future between Bitcoin and the dollar. And then the last one is inscription adoption is not guaranteed. So this is where I got to like slow my horses and I got to figure out a real plan and not just do like bullshit things in it, because it costs money to inscribe. You are spending money to inscribe a Satoshi. So that's important. And I don't want it to be wasted at all, of course. And of course there's the possibility of making money and I can make Bitcoin, but you know, I'm just not in a position, and I'm not really of the mindset to really like assume that I'm going to make a lot of money from that, but I do want to just engage with it. And I want to make sure it's quality, I want to make sure it's value, and it goes to the philosophy of value for value. Bitcoin works with value for value because Bitcoin is value for value. And I totally believe that. And if I can make valuable NFTs on Bitcoin, then that's just yet another avenue that I can go about bringing value, exchanging value. I do have one last clip. This is from the Podcasting 2.0 show. They were talking about differences. This is a 2-minute clip on the differences between like podcasters and Bitcoiners.
I think there's a general issue here where, and this has always been the word, and I want to step back and be gracious to everybody for a minute. I think there is there's always been within this project, there have been Bitcoiners coming to podcasting and podcasting coming to Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And so there's a natural sort of a natural like a Venn diagram, and they overlap in the middle, but there's a lot of places they don't. And so there's going to be a natural tendency for one side to do things one way, the other side to do things the other way. And in podcasting 2.0, we have to be in the middle of that Venn diagram and make those things mesh.
Yeah.
Because the Bitcoin people are going to see things one way and be like, yeah, let's do it. To me, this is the fundamental mistake of forcing LNURLP down podcasting's throat. It's not going to work. We've already thought this through. So just
know that we have looked at it. Yeah, we have looked at it. It's not necessarily going to be a great idea.
Yeah, and podcasters also have ideas that don't fit within the other side, and so we have to mediate that as well. So I think there's just, but especially on the Bitcoin people, because there's money involved, and you see it with these bounties and that kind of thing, that they just want to run off and just do something. And it's like, you guys, you can't. It's just not the way it works. You got to slow down and get some consensus here, and think about the industry and the audience that you're trying to address with the technology that you're making. If you're trying to address problems within podcasting or music or other types of things, you need to understand that industry fully before you dive in and start building something and trying to propose a standard. Standards aren't bad, but you have to at least understand what the audience needs before you make it.
Boom. Like that seems to go across very different, just like a wide range of fields, I thought. Even though they got a little technical in the middle, but I really believe that podcasting 2.0 and podcasters like me, this is an opportunity to really be in the middle of that Venn diagram, whether it be Bitcoin and podcasting, or be Bitcoin and art, Bitcoin stories, Bitcoin whatever. Everyone who's involved on the Bitcoin side is going to be a bit more technical. They're going to be a bit more, abrasive. Like technical people are just a bit more, just like straightforward, and artistic people are, a bit more whimsical and just like going through it, and I can easily see parts of the Bitcoin community just not enjoying the silliness of this whole thing. But I see the middle. I see the utility and the silliness. I see the amazingness and the innovation and the comedy. The innovation and the comedy. Like, that's what you need to hold on to. I believe that. I believe that you need to hold on to the innovation and the comedy. The innovation is pragmatic and always moves forward, and the comedy is just making fun of everything. Like, just have fun with it all. We can do that. And now, ordinals, you can actually have fun in Bitcoin. You can actually begin to have fun with Bitcoin. Fun was beginning to be had with podcasting, like this whole podcasting 2.0 thing. Like, this is fun as hell. I love streaming. I love having like this whole thing. I love having these interactions. I love podcasting 2.0. I love all of this. But now add some stupid image. Add some chicken butt. Add some purple chicken man to it. I don't know what you want. Just like that's the opportunity, you know? And I want to engage with that. And I also want to engage with you. We're going to move all into the boosts. Folks, the America Plus is a value for value show. And last week was a sat slinger. Sat slinger is when I give you like a bunch of sats. Last week you were getting 3,800. I'm doing another one at the end of the month, on the last Sunday of the month. We're doing these through July, and the price is going to keep increasing. I am subscribing to you. That's really what's going on with the Sat Slinger. And I got a bunch of boosts from last week. A bunch of people commented on the Sat Slinger lovey-dovey manifesting. I spoke with my loving girlfriend, Shannon Passy. We talked about the short film that we worked on. She acted in it. I did the lights for it, and it got picked up, and it's going to be at Canes. I'm saying Canes. She wants to say it's Cons, but I think it's Canes. And we have an opportunity to go to Italy, France. We have an opportunity to go to Canes, France. And it's just like lit. And these are the people who wanted to send some value. This first one is from Rio Pirate. They send in 100 sats. I remember this name. They go, "Hello again. Long time since I've been here. Speaking of chasing dreams, I've been chasing mine and moved from Sweden to Cyprus. Long story short, it's good to be back to listening to you again. Thank you, Rio Pirate."
Boost me, bitch.
Thank you very, 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 very much. That means a lot to me. I'm happy you're back here. I'm happy you're in a better place. Like, Cyprus sounds cool. I've never been to Sweden or Cyprus, so maybe I got to make a trip out there. Shannon and I were trying to do value for value in France, so if there's any French people who want to give us a little French bungalow in Canes, that'd be greatly valued. The next one, at Joe with Fish, 100 sats. He says, "Hell yeah."
It's basically, you put Bitcoin with anything, and all of a sudden, that is more efficient.
Hell yeah, Joe with Fish. Thank you. At New Age Wealth, they send in 100 sats. They go, "Stay free." Yes, sir.
Boost.
I will stay free. At user 3308257754788638, they send in 200 sats. They go, "Value for value. Favor for favor. Thank you so much. Thank you so much."
And now, as the French say, it is time for le boost.
Yeah, the favor for favor, that's something that Shannon says. She can never remember value for value, so it's favor for favor in this house. Good for good, tit for tat, tit for tit. At what is it? At Doug and Roop, or Doug and Roop. He sends in 210 sats. He goes, "Thanks for the sats. Great listen. Weirdly, it is pronounced can." So yeah, I'm correct, right? Shannon read this comment as con. But I'm like, no, Shannon, it says can. The word can. As in, I can do it. So I think he's saying it's can. It's canes. Or it's cans. Is it? I don't know. At user 3765119959951408, they send in 500 sats. Here they go. Great podcast. Thank you.
Booster.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That's a great boost. It's a phenomenal boost. I want to see more of those. And then next one, at Vicarious Drama, they send in 1,000 sats. They go, I like the value for value, favor for favor, good for good. Cool, fun, and real show. Thank you so much.
Boost me, bitch.
Thank you so much. I'm like, yeah, I'm a real human being. The last one, my friend, one of my good guys, at Joel W. He sends in 1,111 sats. He goes, that was a hell of a story. Triumph over tragedy. Yes, sir.
Boost me, bitch.
And now, as the French say, it is time for le boost.
Thank you so much for your Satoshis, Joel W. Thank you for supporting the show, people. Folks, that is the value for value feedback loop. I put effort in this show. I try to bring the best information. I want to talk about the narratives. I want to talk about building better systems and just like, what do you think about it? And like, how can we improve these feedback loops? How can we improve these systems? That's what my mission is with America Plus. While I build my own stuff, I'm building my own stories. I'm building my own animations, my own infrastructure, and I want to combine Bitcoin with that as well. So I'm documenting that. And this back half of the show is when I get into what I've been creating. I've been doing YouTube videos. I've been doing animations on Blender. I've been doing drawings. I've been feeling good about that. And I'm moving closer and closer to the submission of this car animation challenge that I committed myself to. I'm trying to make this spaceship. So the story I'm telling is a dog stole an alien spaceship, and the dog is flying the spaceship down a desert road at sunset, and the alien is running next to it and trying to catch the spaceship. And I'm trying my best to figure out how to animate the spaceship, and I have zero clue how to do it. But I know how I want it to look, sort of. I want to use this, like, there's a specific texture that's in Blender. There's a specific tool that I can use that it is specifically made to have psychedelic shapes, psychedelic designs and textures on your object. And that's just what I want. But I don't know how, like, to make it look cool. Like, I know what I want, but I can't, like, I'm still... I'm just like a homer with it. I'm just like hitting the wall over and over again. So I'm moving through that, and I got to get that out by the 12th. I got to submit that by next Sunday. So next show, I have 1 week. I have 1 week to make my first awesome animation. That should be like a game show to be lit. So I'm a little stressed about that, but I'm feeling good. It's a challenge, but I know that this challenge of building a node and building an animation and building my own Star Wars is like insane. But I swear to God, I see the whole thing connecting. I see it. I see, like, I'm just trying to build the Legos and then connect the Legos. Like, it's just like, it's so ground level right now. It's so bottom floor. But we're in phase 1 now. I will totally admit that. We are officially in phase 1. We've been in phase 1. 2023 is phase 1, pretty much. And I'm excited to see where this goes. I know that I'm leveling up. All the pains that I felt these are just growing pains, because I really have exactly what I want. The new job I have gives me the opportunity to pick my hours and to, like, whatever effort I put into the job is what I'm going to get out of it. It's one of those jobs, it just matches me. It reflects what I put into it. So this week I got to go hard on my job. I got to get out these government tablets, which is so silly to, like, have like a quota, or like try to, like, if I could get out like 40 government tablets this week, that'd be a win. So fingers crossed for that. And if I could also just like make more YouTube videos, like I don't know what the hell to make a YouTube video about, dude. Like I know I can do it about the animations, but I did one about AI, but I'm like, am I going to be the AI guy now? Am I going to be the AI art guy? I just see it as like a small tool. I don't know what videos to make on it. It's so much easier for me to just talk into a microphone than it is to look at a camera. And so I'm dealing with that. It's just like annoying. I just don't have the interest of being on camera. I don't care about the video. Maybe this is Adam Curry's thing too. Like I just don't care about video. I barely care. Like I'm watching videos all day long, and I have like the affinity to make movies and visuals and animations, but I do not care about recording my own face. What do I need to get over? What do I need to work through? Like I'm trying to figure that out. Oh yeah. It's something to be worked with. I'm trying to put out videos on Instagram and shorts, and it's just like, damn, like I'm really like becoming like, or the game when it comes to making videos online is you really are like your mini production company. And like, if you're using your face, you're pretty much the star, and you got to get used to looking at yourself. So I'm getting used to just like trying to have just like constant, not constant videos of myself, but I'm trying to like figure out like what am I supposed to talk about? I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to talk about. What I'm supposed to have like content on. Are like, am I supposed to just talk about everything else I'm talking about on America Plus, but just on Instagram? Do people even, would someone even care about that? Because I'm interested in that. Maybe that's something that I should experiment with. Like maybe I should start making like ordinal content. Like, hey, this is how I made my first ordinal. Or like, this is what Bitcoin is. This is what an ordinal is. I don't know. Are people even ready for that? Like, it seems like every time someone talks about Bitcoin, they always say we're so early. And I believe that. But I think one perspective is that we're like generations early. And I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I got to just like put this in a different perspective, I guess. Or maybe it's going to be shorter. Maybe we're not a generation early. Maybe we're just like 5 years early, you know? Like things can change quick. Like we know that. So I'm blessed to even have this vision, to see this opportunity to combine my stuff with Bitcoin. How many other people have this large vision? Like my Star Wars, like I really want to find a way to connect my Star Wars and the brand with these NFTs. Like I'm just a creative. All I have are these ideas. I'm sure other people are having the exact same ideas I have. And I'm sure there's like developers that are thinking like what's possible creatively. But I'm looking for people to help me. I'm reaching out. I'm doing my damn best to figure out how I can be self-efficient. I can be autonomous, but I can also I need help to be autonomous, which is so funny. I'm really seeking friends here. I'm really seeking connection here. I'm seeking to figure out like what's the best practices to have my full node, to self-host my podcast, to interact, to put out content. Like I'm looking for people to really help me out here. Like I need business people. I need creative people. I need Bitcoin people. I need a team, dude. And I think that's been like the main reason why I have begun to feel overwhelmed, because it seems like I need to do everything on my own. Like even though I should build some stuff on my own, that doesn't mean that I'm 100% on my own. So, looking for friends. I'm going to keep tweeting out. I'm going to keep like trying to engage with people. I'll try to engage with like ordinal people. We're going for it, folks. So, if you have any resources, if you want to be my friend, reach out to me. If you want to help me out with building my node, if you want to reach out with helping me with any of the stuff, reach out to me, send me a boost, value for value. This is what it's about. We're building the future. We're building the future of content and like consuming content and just like stories. We are creating new myths within the blockchain. And I think that's so sick. New myths within the blockchain. Fucking dope. Folks, that's America Plus, bitch. Stay free.